Oh, look at that. Beautiful sun. Can I have some water, please?
Of course.
Thank you very much. So,
No problem.
Sophie, you have been living out of your backpack for how long?
3 months now. It's been a blast.
It's been a blast.
It has been. I love wearing the same t-shirt all the time. I don't have to think about it. It's great.
And
I just wore this t-shirt yesterday and probably the day before.
and probably tomorrow.
Most likely tomorrow, yes.
Well, that's a bad idea, so if I can spell you from here.
Yeah.
Well, it could be me, actually, because we've just walked up the mount here, and here we find ourselves in this beautiful spot. So this isn't your first nice place that you've been to. Where else have you been?
I also went up Mount Tauranga, and that was... Did I pronounce it correct? Mount Tauranga.
Yeah,
That'll do.
Okay.
The New Zealanders will laugh, but that's okay. And that was quite an intense hike.
Yeah.
I also had the opportunity to, where I met you actually, in Thailand, to walk up the White Buddha this was actually in Pai. But yes, Thailand. Got to see a lot of Thailand as well.
Right. So you left your home and your family.
Yes, I did. And I brought one friend along with me for a couple months.
And when was that? When did you leave?
I left right after my 30th birthday, October 31st.
Wow. And what prompted you to leave?
Well, life is too short, and I've always wanted to travel like this, and I thought, why not now? If I put it off too much longer, this opportunity might not come about, and it was just a moment in my life where I thought, this is it. This is when it needs to happen.
And you packed your job in.
Mm-hmm.
Any regrets there?
Nope, no regrets there.
Any regrets at all? What's your biggest regret? Must be something.
Do you know what? At one point I was thinking maybe my regret was not doing this sooner, but when I really look at it, everything has happened in my life at certain times and it's all worked out. So I don't regret doing this now in my life, although sometimes I'm usually the oldest backpacker in my hostel. Not always. I have come across a couple.
Not when I'm there.
Not when you're there. But do you know what? I think it's a good thing that I'm doing this in my 30s instead of my 20s. I'm able to, I don't know, I feel like I'm able to do a couple extra things that I wouldn't have been able to afford when I was in my 20s, but still be mindful and know my limits.
And after this,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say after this, after your trip is over, whenever that may be, what then?
Well, that is a great question, Paul. I think hopefully I can inspire other people who are going through a stage in their life where they're not really sure as to what's happening or they really want to do something. I hope that I can inspire them to take that plunge and go for the extra mile and just live your dreams. And we'll see. We'll see where I end up. Perhaps I'll go back to design. Perhaps I won't. I'm doing a yoga course. Hopefully that'll leeway into something else. But at this point in my life, everything is open. Just like this trip. It's a little bit open-ended, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
So after this, after you, we're in Tauranga at the moment. So after you leave here, what's your plans?
My plan is to do 1 month of yoga training to get my certification for level 1 yoga teaching. And then I will be doing 2 months of, and you're going to correct me on this, wolving.
Woffing.
Exactly what he said. So working on an organic farm.
Right.
Yeah.
And after New Zealand, any plans?
After New Zealand, it would be great to go back to Australia. I'd like to do that. And then from Australia, hopefully I can go and visit some family in Europe. Germany, Switzerland. And then after that, I guess Canada. But that's all. Everything's a little bit, yeah.
Are you looking forward to going back to Canada?
Yes, one day. Not quite yet. I'm not ready.
Okay.
But I will be. When time comes, I will be ready.
You will know.
I will know.
All right.
100%.
Okay.
Not quite ready. It's only been 3 months after all, you know?
High point so far. High point of your trip. One thing.
One thing?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Okay,
there's so
two
many
things.
Okay, all the people that I met.
Right.
That has been a high point. I've really enjoyed that. And, there's so much to choose from. I think what was really cool was being able to get to summit Mount Tauranga. I think that was awesome because that was a challenge in itself.
Taranaki.
Taranaki, yes, that one.
Mount Egmont. It's got two names.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There you go.
Oh, nobody ever talks about the second name.
Well, they've changed it. Well, they reverted it to what it originally was.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And where did you two meet?
In Chiang Mai, my good friend Kendall accidentally.
Walked into my room.
Yes, she did. That's how we met.
Put your clothes back on, I said, and get out. And where was it? The Sukhumvit guest house.
Yes.
What a cool guest house.
It really was a cool guest house. It was more in the, it wasn't in the touristy part of town. We stayed out of that. We were more in the locals area.
It was in Sukhumvit. In
Sukhumvit.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was a cool little place. Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it there, actually.
So,
We kept extending our stay. First we thought, 3 days, and then before we know it, Kendall and I were there for over a week.
yeah.
And then eventually we had to move on to Pai.
But you did not extend your stay in Asia. You cut your stay short.
No, in Asia, yes. We were looking into going to Vietnam, but we decided to cut it short by a week and extend our visit in Australia for a week.
Was that a good idea?
I think so. I think we needed that extra week. There's a lot to see in Australia as well, and I think we had just gotten to the point where we felt like we need to be somewhere where it feels a little bit more like home, especially with the holidays. It was for my friend her first time being away from Canada during the holidays. It was my second time, but it was my first time experiencing no snow, and it was just a nice feeling to be somewhere where where it felt a little bit more like home, but it was also very completely different. So we had a bit of both.
A lot of people would think of Southeast Asia as the ultimate backpacking destination, but I mean, you maybe not so much. What do you think?
It's definitely completely different. Sometimes you can get a bit of culture shock. I enjoyed it, but to be honest, if I'm being quite honest, I don't think I would. I think a month was max as to how long I would want to stay there, personally, for myself. Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes you miss a burger.
They do burgers there nowadays.
Yeah, but they're not as good. But yeah, sometimes you just miss being able to speak to someone in English and not have the misunderstanding, and also the food. That was just my personal opinion. Different for everyone, but for me, I think a month was more than enough for Asia.
So my final question.
Okay.
Do you want a burger?
Yes, I do. Can I have that with kumara fries, please?
Oh,
Oh, did I say that right?
Well, let's just say you did.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's go.